Hello Booktube, how are you? I want to make a video today talking about some of my recent favorite Booktube videos that I've watched, and I've wanted to make this video for quite a while, or some form of this video, but I've been always slightly hesitant to do it, or kind of nervous to do it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I always feel like videos like this, like my favorite Booktubers, are kind of like a popularity contest, and I don't really want to participate in that. I know it's just sort of giving recommendations of other booktubers that you enjoy watching, but as a creator myself, I know how easy it is for your feelings to be slightly hurt or your ego to be slightly bruised when going to watch one of these videos and not finding your name there. And whenever I've gone to look at, this is a horrible admission to make, but whenever I've gone to watch any of these videos, the first thing I do is look down the list of booktubers who are recommended and see if my name is there. And I don't think I've ever seen my name listed on one of these types of videos, which is totally fine, because after, about 30 seconds, I just have to say, get over yourself and look at some of these recommendations, because that's all it really is recommending some videos. And it's inevitable that you're not going to be able to recommend everyone that you follow or that you enjoy watching, because I follow a lot of booktubers and watch a lot of booktube videos, but I'm not going to be able to talk about all of them today. So I thought I would just select a few recent ones that I've enjoyed watching. I think there's 7 that I want to recommend, and because I think another issue with videos like this is sometimes you get recommendations for booktubers who don't actually make videos anymore, and that can be slightly discouraging, because I know I've been making videos for a few years now, and I've seen lots of creators come and go, and that's only natural because life is busy, things come up, and you might not have the time to continue making videos, or you might not want to continue making videos, and that's totally understandable. But because these are all quite recent ones, I think all these videos were posted in the last 2 to 3 weeks. They're quite up to date, or at least they are at the moment. And I've had a number of comments from people recently asking for recommendations of other booktubers or good videos focusing on books that I would recommend. So I did want to make a video. I'm just kind of giving a shout out to some of these videos that I've enjoyed watching recently, but obviously these aren't all the videos that I've enjoyed watching recently, and not all the creators that I enjoy watching. So to start off, obviously because it is mid-January and still close to the end of last year, a lot of videos that have been coming out recently are favorite videos, favorite book videos from what people read last year. And so the very first one I want to recommend is Didi at Brown Girl Reading, her YouTube channel, and her top 10 books that she read. No, I don't think she gives a particular number. It's just my top books of 2020. That's the title of her video. And Didi is something of a booktube legend, or at least I've watched her videos ever since I started watching booktube, and she always is really engaging and funny and has really interesting opinions about books, and she's always very straightforward. You know exactly what she thinks and feels about a book, both the positive and negative sides of what she's reading. She hosts a book group, and yeah, in this particular video, her favorite books from last year, it has that perfect combination for me, that there are some books that I have read, like my absolute darling, and so I was really happy to see her talking about that and praising that book. But then there are other books which I haven't read and that I've been wanting to read, and so this is like good encouragement to get me to want to read these books. Then next, I want to recommend Anna from Case from Books, Anna James, who's my real life friend from London, who I make videos with quite regularly about the Women's Prize. And she made a Books of 2020, and she split it up into 2 parts. The first part, she's talking about books that she read in 2020 that weren't published last year, but published previously. And then the second part is her talking about books that were published in 2020 that were her favorites. And I love these videos in particular, like not just because she's my friend, but because she is so creative in how she creates these videos. If you go down and watch them, she talks about her favorite books that she read while showing that title against a background and writing out a quote from that book. And it's just such a lovely way to talk about her favorite books. And she's so insightful and interesting about her books, but she makes it really visually interesting as well. And that always excites me when booktubers do something different visually with their videos, because obviously using this medium, you can get really creative with how you make your videos. And just as a creator myself, I know how labor intensive it is making a video like that. So I really appreciate she's put in that time to it. And I know it's slightly why she doesn't make as many videos as she probably could, or that certainly as much as I want her to, because it takes so much time, and she's a writer and she's very busy herself. So yeah, but those are wonderful to watch. And by the way, I'll put links to all of these videos that I talk about in the description below, so you can find them easily. And of course, I would encourage you to subscribe and watch all the videos from these creators. But yeah, these videos in particular, I've just enjoyed watching recently. And then next, I want to recommend Seji from the Artisan Geek, her video where she's reflecting and looking ahead to this year, to 2021. And this isn't even a video about books, especially. It's more just her own personal reflections and looking ahead and her goals and what she wants to do. But she is such a wonderful creator. And like I said, I encourage you to follow and subscribe to all of these people. But for her in particular, watch some of her other videos when she is talking about books, because she is so insightful and intelligent how she talks about what she's been reading, and she reads such a wide variety of books. I always get suggestions of books, many which I've never even heard of before, but which sound really interesting. Some other ones I might not be interested in reading personally, but it's just wonderful to hear her talking about them, because she's so interesting to listen to. And I want to highlight this video because I felt like it's very down to earth, and it's not edited, and it's not sort of polished, it's not scripted. She's just talking about her feelings, and she's someone that I've followed for quite a long time. But last year in particular, her channel just sort of blew up and became very popular. And I feel like that has probably put a bit of pressure on her as a creator herself in terms of her own expectations, which is really difficult to like manage as a creator. I mean, obviously it's wonderful so many people are following her now, but it does put a lot of pressure on a creator in terms of output and being self-conscious about what you're making. And so it's interesting to hear her sort of reflecting on that, as well as her own goals in her life and how she's met those or not, and that sort of self-reflection that we all do around New Year's time. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Then I want to recommend a couple of videos that are just straight out book reviews of one particular book, which I know there's always like a debate about this on Booktube, and because single review videos really don't get as many views as other kind of book videos, which kind of makes sense to me, because if you've not read that particular book, you probably won't want to watch that video until you have actually read that book, unless you really like that creator and just watch all of their videos. And I certainly find that a lot of the time, like I'll sort of bookmark a video that's just a single review video and say, I want to go back to this later after I've read this book, because I just want to have my own thoughts and feelings about it before I hear what this person thinks about it. But I have read these two books, and so I really appreciated hearing these booktubers' thoughts about them. So first is Alex from his booktube channel, What Page Are You On, where he reviews Brian Washington's recent novel Memorial, which I only just read very recently because it's only just been published in the UK. And so I really appreciated hearing his thoughts and reflections about this novel, which I really enjoyed, and I think he mostly really enjoyed as well. But he had some slightly critical points about it, and I had some slightly critical thoughts on it as well. So it was interesting to hear where our thoughts intersected and where they sort of differed, and so to get that different opinion and point of view about a book. book, having just read it, I found really valuable, and is something I enjoy so much about Booktube, is being able to read and to discuss what I've been immediately reading, where, you know, I'm not able to do that so much in real life because it's barely ever happens unless I'm part of a book group that I'll be reading the same things that my friends are reading. And so, yeah, it's I really, really enjoyed that. And then next, I want to recommend Rick MacDonnell's channel, where his video reviewing The Dutch House, which he does with his wife, because he and his wife Jackie both read it over the Christmas period, and so they have a whole discussion with each other talking about this great Anne Patchett novel, which I read, I think 2 years ago, or whenever it was first published, was when I read it, and so it was a wonderful feeling watching that and seeing their more immediate reactions to this book, which I'd read quite a long time ago, and it brought a lot of the wonderful things about this novel back to me, as well as hearing their interesting thoughts and different perspectives on it. And since they're, you know, husband and wife, it's so interesting hearing their different points of view on it, and how they agreed on some points, and then they found other things in it which are particular to themselves and their, you know, their own personal lives, and how they relate to it, as we all do when we're reading, and we relate to books in a different way. And just since I have the book right here, I want to show it off, which is The Dutch House, because it is such a beautiful book, and I have this wonderful special edition of it that has the end pages that have this like antique design, and so I just love showing off this book whenever I get a chance, because it is so beautiful. Then I want to recommend a fairly recent booktuber who is Jere at Drawn to Stories. He made a video called Reading Poetry, A. Milne Teddy Bear, where he reads this A. Milne's poem, and it's so lovely. And he's a fairly recent booktuber, but he's been a long time part of the booktube community and has been commenting for quite a long time. And so it's really lovely and exciting to see him starting his own booktube channel. And I just love videos of people reading aloud to each other, and his voice is very soothing, and I just find it, yeah, really enjoyable listening to people read aloud other works. And I don't know if there'll be a slight copyright issue with lots of videos coming out like this, but I would like to see more videos of people just reading aloud either short stories or poetry, or and I know there's a number of channels like that, but yeah, that's a really lovely thing. And then I finally want to recommend a video which was just posted today from Karen at RunwrightReads, where she did a book haul video, a recent book haul video, talking about books she's acquired over the past month. And I've always enjoyed watching Karen's channel, and like last summer I participated in a Caribbean books readathon that she co-hosted, and she's just such an enthusiastic, lovely voice in booktube, and always has interesting thoughts, and is always so enthusiastic about what she's reading, that it's just a pleasure to watch her videos. And so in this, she recommends some recent books she's acquired, including some books about business, which, you know, aren't books that I would normally look at, but she's thinking about getting back into the workforce, and so she's hoping to find that helpful, and I'm sure a lot of people are contemplating new jobs in the new year, so I think that's really helpful. But also how some recent novels she's acquired, and also Barack Obama's recent memoir, which I really want to get a copy of and really want to read as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed watching that as well. So those are some suggestions of recent booktube videos I've enjoyed watching. I don't know if I'm going to make this a regular thing. It would be a really nice thing to do regularly. But yeah, let me know in the comments below any of your recent favorite booktube videos that you've really enjoyed watching, or booktubers that you really enjoy watching. Or if you're a creator yourself and, you know, want to post your own channel and some recent favorite booktube video that you've made yourself, please put that in the comments below as well, because it'll be really nice to share these recommendations and to get more recommendations myself. I'd like to find more booktubers to watch and follow as well. But I hope you are reading good things and watching good booktube videos, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye bye.